Back again. Hopefully today would be a quick one. I know the last couple of videos were super long. Really apologize. I know a lot of people don't want to sit through a 30-minute video. I'm wordy, man. I don't know what to say. Like, that's my problem. Ask my wife. She hates it. I'm doing it already. We've only been here for a second. Today, Peak Design Tech Pouch. I want to talk about it, why I like it, and that's it. Let's get into it. Bye. This is the Peak Design Tech Pouch. And the Peak Design Tech Pouch is probably one of my favorite pouches there is. And the main reason is because it makes switching bags so easy. And if you're watching my video, you're probably a bit of a bag nerd like I am. And switching bags easily is like, it's like the holy grail, right? Quickly, because I know, I'm trying to be quick, like I said, I'm gonna move this out of the way and I just want to talk about bags for just a second. I really like bags like this one. So this is the recycled Firefighter Chief bag. And when I first started liking bags, I liked bags that were way more complicated than this. I liked bags that basically were the tech pouch inside the bag. And the more I've gotten into bags and the more I've liked good build quality and things like that, the more I've been drawn to a bag like this recycled Firefighter. Now the thing is, this recycled Firefighter bag has literally one pocket here on the front, and if you zipper it up, unzipper it, sorry, it's got two mesh pockets here and sort of a laptop sleeve, and that's all you get. So what do you do with all your tech stuff? Do you just jam it into one of these guys? Probably not, right? A lot of us don't like doing that. So that's why this comes to the rescue. It just goes there, done. And it is so much. It's like, there's this thing called cognitive load, and cognitive load is like when you worry about something, but you don't really think you're worrying about it. And I find that with this pouch, a lot of my cognitive load related to my bag addiction is alleviated by this pouch. Peak Design Tech Pouch it's made of this, I think it's like, I'm not really sure what the material is. I've seen it on their website several times. It's like a sort of a Codra or something like that. I could be wrong. I know that this is just like a 200D nylon of some sort. And the reason they only use 200D. I say only because this is meant to be inside your bag. So it doesn't need to be like 500D or 1000D or something like that. I mean, of course they could do it, but they're trying to save weight too. The exterior of the bag, there are these grab handles, which I love because they're everywhere. There's one here on the back, same thing on the other side. There's one on this top and bottom, which is great because when this is inside your bag, if it's like this, you can easily grab it out. If it's like this, you can easily grab it out. The only place it's not is here, which I tend to, when it's this way in my bag, I'll grab it by one of these, which we'll get into a little bit later. There is minimal branding. This is the black version, the Peak Design logo is like black on black, so you can barely see it. I don't think it matters so much on a pouch whether or not there's branding or not, but there it is. There is one huge Zoom zipper, so it's not YKK, it's Zoom, but it's an AquaGuard zipper. I don't know why. I'm happy it's AquaGuard. I don't know why it needs to be AquaGuard if it's going to be inside your bag, but I guess it's an extra level of protection. Also, because you can use this bag as like a kind of a mini sling side bag thing itself, then maybe it's useful in those situations. The zipper is, it's quite smooth. It's a number 8, so it's probably bigger than it needs to be. It could easily be number 5, I think. There is a number 5 zipper on the back here, and this is also AquaGuard. This is where it's meant to be like a place where I'll show you. So there's actually a poke-through hole here, which goes into, there's a poke-through hole here that goes into this compartment where you could say put your phone while it's charging to a battery bank that's inside. I don't use it for that. I use it for my passport, and you can see a little bit of money and just stuff that is important to me that I might need at some point, but I don't really want to see or pay attention to or care about. Now, one thing I'll say quickly about this zipper is it gets caught in these all the time, like this. And I wish that's something that they would change. I know it's easy to say that you could like hold it back and hold it back, but I don't really want to. Can you see it even got caught there a little bit, like so? And that's something I wish they would change, because this is annoying when you're using it in daily life. And it's actually even gotten frayed here because the zipper keeps catching on it as it goes across, which is something I really wish that they would change, because these, I don't know if they actually have to be here. They could be on the top of the zipper and then this wouldn't be an issue. So Peak Design, please change where these are. And these are actually they're kind of like latch points where you can put a strap. So the strap is, the one that comes with the travel duffel, for example. It hooks in here really, really well, and you can carry it like a daily bag. I don't know if I ever would do that, but it's there if you need it. These are for Peak Design's like connection system. So in Peak Design's travel bags, there's like these little not rings, they're like little clips that clip it into the bag. And if you want, you can clip this directly into the bag so it's not shifting around inside the bag. Again, something I've never done, never really felt the need to, but it's there if you need it. So I use the Peak Design travel duffel. It's a 35-liter bag as a kind of camera kit bag. And in that case, I could almost see having like two of these like side by side on both sides of the bag, and have them open with all your stuff in it. That's one way I might see using these, although I have not used it like that. Okay, you can see some stitching along the edges here, and mine has frayed a lot in just a short amount of time. So this bag's about 4 or 5 months old, and you can already see lots of fraying on this stitching here. I contacted Peak Design about whether or not they would have a look at it, and they said that this is not covered under warranty. So their lifetime warranty doesn't extend to fraying like so. So you might want to be careful about things like that with this bag. I don't know how it happened on my bag, but there it is. Those issues aside, if you open it up, it opens up like full across, so all the way to the edges here, and voila, now you're into the magic. So in here, I just have there's a cable, USB-C to C. I have another USB-C to C cable, which is a little bit longer. I have this 65 watt USB-C charger, which I use for my iPad. I have this, it's like a dongle for my iPad with USB-C pass-through and like SD card and HDMI, which I use for teaching. And they all fit in these this origami style, accordion style opening here. And it's great because when you close it, what happens is these kind of mold themselves around whatever is inside. So even though it's something big like this charger, it kind of molds itself like this when you close the bag, which uses the space effectively, essentially. Now you can see I have like a little piece of foam here, and that's because I want to keep this on that side of this pocket because it's big. If it migrates over into this side of the pocket, then things get crunchy in here. So I added my own little bit of foam in there. I'm not going to take everything out, but I've got some headphones in here. I carry these just because my wife often forgets her headphones, and these are the Apple, the Lightning ones, so I keep them in there just in case. And this pouch is big enough to have just in case, which is great because a lot of the pouches I carry don't. So there are these 4 pockets. There are 2 other pockets on the inside here. These ones are a little bit harder to use. This is the USB-C to Lightning on this side. And then inside here, there's also a zip compartment, which basically is my pencil case. So I have a Bellroy pencil case that I use also, but when I don't want to have 2 pouches, literally almost everything I put in my Bellroy just fits in this little middle part here. So when I get to school, I open it up, unzip, and I still have my pencil case with me, which is great. In here, just some pens, Band-Aids, that kind of stuff. There are also some pockets in here that you could use, little tiny ones. I find them too small for most things. They might be good for memory cards, but other than that, I don't see a point to use it. There's a nice little paracord zipper pull. This is probably I don't know, maybe like a number 5, and it is YKK, which is interesting that they did use a YKK on the inside of the zipper, but not on the outside zippers. Yeah, both of these are zoom. So, aside from that, on either side of this middle section here, there are 3 kind of stretchy pockets, and these stretchy pockets can hold almost anything, really. I'll show you that I have, here's a cable, which is like lightning to normal USB-C. I have one of these SanDisk 500 gigabyte SSDs. I have 2 of those, love them, use them all the time, fits perfectly in this little thing here. Also, in here, this is the cable for that. The reason I carry the cable for the SSD directly is this is a pretty quick cable, and it's small. And it also has like this adapter depending on what I want to use it with. So I carry that right here in this little pocket. Down here, this is just like a microfiber cloth, and I keep it just in case. On this side, so when I said I literally carry everything I need on a daily basis in here, what I didn't show you is that on the bottom side of this pocket, there's actually a toothbrush down there. And I also carry some deodorant, which is, yes, woman's deodorant, but I like the way it smells. Fight me on that, man. Now, I have a knife in here, which I just carry as like a kind of box cutter sort of deal. And I have old AirPods here. So I have the AirPods Pro, which usually are in my like bag somewhere more accessible, and I carry these just in case. Another thing, like in case my wife needs them or in case my AirPods die, and there's space, so why not? There are 4 pen loop things, elastic things here and here. I carry one pen that I quite like up here. I keep it in here all the time. I use this pen mostly for things like when I'm traveling and when I need to fill out customs papers or things like that, and I just keep it in there in general. It doesn't, like, I don't even see it when it's there, so works perfectly for me. This is a brush, makeup brush. Obviously, I don't do makeup, but it is for brushing out. I'm a little bit like persnickety about dust, so I'm always like trying to get rid of dust from my electronics, and I use this for that, which is ironic because I don't get rid of dust from my bedroom very well. So basically that's my loadout. Now you'll see here there's actually lots of space along these edges where you could technically put something else, but what I will say is when you pack this, you have to be careful about where things are within the bag. So let me give you an example. If you put something big in this guy, and then there's also something big here and also something big here, when you close it, it will do something like this. And you can close it, but then you end up with a bag that doesn't close nicely. And for me, I love the feeling of this pouch just closing nicely. So I will mix and match things to make sure that they all fit well. So if you see here, there's nothing big in the middle here. So I've got something that's more structured, like this SSD, and then this knife. They're kind of structured, so they're not gonna bend. So I don't put anything also structured in here so that they're competing for space. I know it sounds weird, but once you set it up the first time, you'll kind of get a routine and you'll be jamming stuff in there as you like. When it's packed out with all the pockets, it's kind of hard to use these spaces here for random stuff unless it's really malleable, like a cable. Like, I mean, this, if I take this cable and I jam it in there, it's not going to make any difference because the cable is going to bend around. But if you try to put something like stiff like this, then it will be competing for space inside the bag. It feels high quality, like all of these materials feel nice. I will say that, again, there's some fraying along this edge here, there's some fraying along this edge here, and there's a little bit of fraying here. I don't know if it's much of a big deal. As far as I gathered from Peak Design, when I talked to them about their warranty, they said if it impedes the use of the product, then they will fix it. So as I understood, if for some reason like this stitching let go, then they would fix that. But something like fraying is not impeding the use of the product. So there it is. That's kind of how it was explained to me. I really wanted to get this thing replaced because it's fraying really bad here, and they said, like, you know, it still works fine. So if it stops working, then we can discuss it. So I guess we'll see. Now it's a little bit pricey. In Korea here where I am, this pouch costs like 90,000 won, which is like the equivalent of like maybe 75 US dollars. Yeah, it's not cheap, but you know, for the fact that this literally, like, this is where everything lives inside my bag aside from my laptop, my keys, and my wallet. And it also, I mean, quite honestly, the keys and wallet could fit in here if I really wanted them to. The last thing I'll talk about is the things I don't like about it aside from this frame, and that is I don't like the size. It's a little bit too rigid, so like so. But then to me, honestly, even though I said I don't like it, I find, okay, let me pack it back up. So again, this is fully packed. Now what I find is for most bags, and I'll use this Chief as an example, it is almost literally the exact size of the bottom of most 20-liter bags. So even though people complain about the size, I don't really understand because you can use it as like a shelf, right? So basically you can put stuff on top of it. Or if you put it lengthways, then you can use this for like a water bottle or something like that. Or if you have another pouch or something. Or if you carry camera cubes, you can just put it on top of the camera cube and the camera cube can live here. So for me, I don't mind the size so much. Do I wish it was smaller? Yes. Do I care that it's this big? Not really, because it fits everything I need. And if it were smaller, it probably wouldn't. One question that somebody asked me is, does it fit a camera? It does. You can fit smaller cameras like an X100 or something like that in here, but that means that all of this space needs to be empty. So technically you could use this as a camera pouch, but you'd have to like have like the charger and stuff here, the camera here, and that would be it. You couldn't use it like as your tech pouch plus the camera. I think it would be too much, at least for me. Anyway, really is the end. You see, this is why I get worried, because I can't stop talking. Peak Design Tech Pouch. Awesome product. I heard they just released it in a bunch of new colors. Highly recommend it. It's awesome, man. Get rid of that cognitive load. Have a good day. Catch you guys later. My wife's calling. I'm getting too wordy. Bye.